Hi, coaches. Welcome back to Big Rule of the World. I'm Coach Allen, and today we're just going to be talking very briefly. We've sort of been talking about stance here as of late, so I wanted to give you a quick little video, quick little suggestion on how you can start practice with stance and start. My head coach this past year was the one who he gets us started on stance and start. That's sort of our opener. No matter what position we're dealing with, whether it's offensive line, outside linebackers, running backs, whatever, so that that first 5 to 10 minutes of your individual period is dedicated to that stance and start and getting off the ball. Okay, for us, the way it develops depends at what point we're at during the season. And this is what I was trying to talk about. So for us, when we do it in the beginning, especially I'm a 1A high school, so I'm dealing with everybody from grades 12 through 7. So, I'm putting kids into a stance. They've never been in a stance before. And I got some guys who are, a little bit more seasoned who know how to do it better. And they're easier to deal with. My other guys, I got to take some time with. But, we'll just start in a very simple progression where we start feet. Okay. The feet, I like my feet. This is my stance. You can adjust based on your offense. I like my feet to be a little bit more than shoulder width, good athletic base. I'll start them in the feet, make sure our feet are good, and we'll go knees. And when we drop our knees, we bend our knees. Okay, we bend our knees. We still have our chest up. We still have eyes up. We're not looking at the ground, but now we're bending our knees almost like we're taking a dump in the woods. And then we'll go hand. Okay, and it depends on your offense. For us, if we're going to be running the veer, our hand has about 50%, and we have our butt tilted up. I talked about that in an earlier episode. For a spread team, I kind of like a 2-point stance. Chest up, we're running spread zone and do it that way. So we can do all those different types of things. But we work to get them in that stance, and we work on the first step. And I'll just really work that first step, this all takes a lot of time the first day, the first week, but then you'll see, when I can go stance, boom, 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 we're done with it in 30 seconds. Okay, and then when we get into the stance, then it's that first step. Okay, for me, that first step is a 6-inch step with the play side foot, whether it's the right foot or left foot. I don't want to make it too long because then I'll be off balance. As long as I make it a short 6-inch pow step, and, I want to hear them coming off the ball. And we'll work that step with the right foot, and then we'll work that step with the left foot. And we'll also incorporate into it not only taking the step, we'll take the step and we'll work the single step and where you're at, sort of a step and freeze bird dog approach. And then we'll also work single step and fire off. And now we're going to fire off and we're going to run through a cone. Okay, keeping a wide base. I like to throw boards in there. All right, now we've done this on the beginning 5 minutes of practice. Gotten in our stance. Now we're firing off. And going through for 5. Okay, and then I'll bring in the different blocks for us. Last season was like inside zone right step, so now we're taking a 45-degree step. Bang, bang. So now we'll take a 45-degree step. And you can adjust that to your offense. I like to put some boards down because it adds a little bit of stuff, but we don't really get the boards in until week 2, and then you can incorporate in even stepping and striking and hitting the sled. But really, that stance and start has got to be the first thing you teach every day. Stance, start, and fire out. And we want to teach our kids to drive for 5 with it. All right? And that's where the boards come into play too, because you don't want them just running and being off balance. But a good, fast-paced way to get your day started is stance and start period. Make sure you're coaching that stance up, guys. Make sure you go through, watch my video on 3 common mistakes I see with stances, and you can collect what you need to do to get better stances out of your guys, whether they're old, young, doesn't matter. Whether you're improving yourself. I got a lot of guys on the channel now who play semi-pro football. That's great. Always be looking to improve yourself. Next week, trying to think here. Next week, we are actually going to look at the squat. Okay, 3 common deficiencies with the squat, or 3 common mistakes with the squat, and 3 different variations of squat that you can use with football. Okay, that's our plan for next week. Then we're going to swoop back in. We have the Bills, we have the Chiefs, we have the Packers, we have the Buccaneers. Breaking down how they've done. and what you can learn from their offense. And then we come back with a history of the spread. So gives you sort of an idea of where we're going. Make sure you sign up for our link our link to our newsletter. We've been off for the last few weeks as we've been wrapping up standardized testing here in Virginia. We're done, and the summer's getting ready to hit, so we're going and get back into football here. So we're going hard with it. With the newsletter coming back out this week, guys, I've been sorry about that. Make sure you sign up for that so you can get all sorts of tips delivered to your inbox once a week that you don't necessarily get on the channel. All right, coaches, I will see you all next time. That newsletter is free. Now remember what we always say. You want to win games, you got to dominate on the scoreboard. You want to dominate on the scoreboard, you got to dominate in the trenches. You want to dominate in the trenches, you got to know that bigs rule the world. I'll see you next time, Coach.